All right, guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about incomplete auctions. So for today, we have a pretty decent example of what an incomplete auction is. So on Friday's value here, we built up our value area from here to here, and then we had value building outside of that value on the next day. So this would be Friday, the next trading day would be Monday, and on Monday, we had a pretty strong POC node building outside of Friday's value. Now, not the greatest, it's only about like halfway outside of it. Typically with an incomplete auction, you want the majority of that volume to be outside of that prior day's value. So on Monday, we built up value outside of Friday's value. Then we started to retrace back into Friday's value. Now, a proper retrace would be once we lost that value high, we should have went all the way back down to that value low, and that would have completed that value retrace. But what we are seeing today is we failed that value high. We started to come down, but then we had a lot of buy pressure, buying momentum, bouncing early. We bounced kind of off that POC node of Friday instead of making it all the way back down to that value low. So the incomplete auction is whatever remaining value we did not retrace. So if we take the low there and we mark it down to that value low, this would be the incomplete auction, that zone that we did not finish retracing. Okay, so when we put in an incomplete auction, that shows us that that momentum is shifting very aggressively in that opposing direction. So the first direction was bearish, so the opposing direction would be bullish. Okay, so we are shifting pretty aggressively to the buy side. Now, the following day, the next day, we could look for a possible repair of that incomplete auction if it's very weak on that open. If we open up very weak and we start to see a lot of sell pressure coming in, we can look for that incomplete auction. If it's very bullish and it's maintaining that trend, then most likely we will retrace that entire day. But yeah, basically with the incomplete auction, it's showing a shift in market structure. So we were looking bearish, we are shifting bullish. So on tomorrow, on Wednesday, if we open up and we immediately start seeing that buy pressure, then obviously we would just ignore that incomplete auction, and that will just tell us that we're shifting very aggressively to the buy side. But if we open up and we start to immediately see sell pressure, then they are probably looking to repair that incomplete auction. Very similar to single prints. So single prints, you want to look for them to be repaired, but if they don't immediately try to repair them, then we don't want to pay too much attention to them anymore. Okay.